I think we're just gonna go through the game, and I'm gonna do like general commentary thing. And if you have, I will of course be asking you some questions from now and then. But
Yeah,
if you have
sure.
anything to say, just jump in and.
Yeah, right now I have to say that my hunts are bad, like they are far from my TC.
Yeah, your town center is like almost not even on the map, so far out.
Yeah. Well, that's the bad thing. I just aged like very late, almost 5 minutes.
You mean you had bad macro?
No, it's because of the hunts.
Okay. So just quick introduction because I wanna also make a video of this later. So everyone, okay, I wasn't supposed to say everyone again because you really don't like that. So all of you, this is a game between Blackstar OP. I'm sure that he's famously known to everyone. He was a good player for a long time, but after winning the Age of Empires Spring Championship, he really made a name for himself. He's also in this Summer Championship, so keep an eye on him out there. He's gonna play against Pasi94, and that is Spadel. Spadel has been a good player for a very long time, not always as active because of his other stuff, but very good nonetheless. So what we have here is map is Sonora. It's a game Russia, Blackstar playing Russia versus Spadel playing Portuguese. And we are just going to go through this with commentary from both Blackstar and myself, with some special, hopefully unique, OP, Romanian insights from Blackstar.
This guy is asking me in the chat if I'm drunk.
Yes, are you?
He thought that on my voice, but no, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, today he's not drunk, so let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this a little bit with play fast in the start. What Blackstar already mentioned.
Mode.
Yes, what Blackstar already mentioned is that his spawn position is a little bit shit because his hunts are very, very far, as you see over here. What I actually wanted to point out is that I believe you did gather. Yeah, very obvious. His hunt is very far. That means that you really have to get your hunt very fast towards your town center. But also you kind of want to do it with as less villagers as possible. So you saw that he sent 2 villagers out up front, and the other villagers kind of followed a little bit later, just to make sure that every small thing matters. The other villagers have to walk like a few inches or a few meters or whatever, less than the other villagers. Meanwhile, Spadel spawned in a quite decent location. You see over here, this pronghorn hunt is quite close and of course also pretty hurtable. He's already bringing another hunt. That's kind of the thing with this map. You really have to start bringing in hunts on time. And you also see Blackstar doing the same thing. He's also already sending a villager to the hunt on the left side here, just to make sure that he gets his all close to his base. We do see one thing that kind of is a little bit in your advantage, because you have 3 bison. And Spadel has 2 pronghorn and 1 bison.
Yeah, but he has the option to put the TCs on the right side, so he can
he's Portuguese, of course, so he has a TC when he ages up. Okay, so as we start this off basically with the strategy, I have explained these things to you guys before. A strategy game like Age of Empires is about a few main things: strategy, micro, macro, and the anticipation and decision making. So first of all, it is Russia versus Portuguese. What is your game plan on this map?
Well, usually I just like to go forward Rex and pressure a bit. That's like optimal to do. But I have to scout also if he doesn't use Call Militia card, which I didn't this game. I don't know why. Because then your pressure is pretty bad. It doesn't affect him too much with 2 town centers firing at you. And in this case you have to go for a timing push.
Okay.
It's about scouting more.
So you want to do a little bit of pressure and then follow it up with a timing push. That's the general idea.
Yes.
And around what time do you think a timing push like that should
I don't know, I think I did this in this game, so you will see.
Okay. Okay, then a little bit from Spadel's perspective. Well, he's playing Portuguese, so usually you just want to try to go for a fast fortress or a semi-fast fortress. Do you think versus Russia you should go for a few stars to raid and then age up, or rather go for a straight FF?
Well, if you use the Colonial Militia card, then it's possible to go straight FF. It doesn't affect you at all. His units are just gonna die fast.
Yep. But
so when you get your first 5 guns out, it's, I don't know, it's advantage already for ports.
Yeah, but as you said, he didn't have the Colonial Militia card.
He does have it, and
Oh, he does?
I said that I didn't scout it.
Oh, like
That's
that.
sent-
Okay. Don't say anything more because otherwise it's gonna be a surprise. I feel. So that's a general game plan for Portuguese. 2 options, a little bit of a raid, and perhaps combined with Colonial Militia. But in the end, ultimately, as Portuguese, especially versus Russia, you have to age up. You're not gonna win a long H2 battle versus Russia. Your unit's just not gonna cut it. The composition and the upgrades not gonna be enough. What we see here on the left side is that Blackstar nicely found the hero of Spadel. It's of course always useful to damage it to make sure that he's not gonna do much more later on. But here it's even more useful because if he's chasing his hero, he's also gonna deny scouting, and that means that Spadel has a hard time finding out where Blackstar is gonna put his Rex.
You can see, by the way, that the age up time is like 3:12 or something. It's like the most
Oh yeah,
best possible with these hunts.
yeah. Do you hear it, guys? If your hunts are this far, then Blackstar says it's the most effective age up time you can get in, because that's what he did. Which means that there's nothing better possible. Anyway,
Yeah.
he just wanted to reflect on the thing that the hunts were so far, which of course means that the age up is slowed down. You will age up usually around I think 250 or 255 or something.
Well, if you're completely 800 full and queued up vills, then yeah, 255.
Yeah, so that's like 10-15 seconds faster. But as it is, the hunts didn't allow him to age up as fast as he normally would have, so he's just aging up now. You are sending 3 villages, by the way. I believe lately the idea is to just send 2 villagers.
Why? Why 2 vills?
Because you don't really need 3 villagers to build it on time, and thus 1 more villager could gather resources.
Well, I don't know, man. This game was like long ago, so
Okay, I see.
it's the good thing is that if you send more vills, you can gather further on the map.
Yeah, that's
If
that's
my
the
hunts
thing.
run out, then I have 3 vills gathering on the blockhouse.
Yeah, that's the flip side of the coin. Indeed, he could gather with 3 villages from this bison herd over here.
I usually send even 4 vills when my hunts are very bad, so I can gather there with the vills.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Meanwhile, we see that he's also bringing in Blackstar, that is his 3rd hunt here on the top. While Spadel's doing the same thing, he's still working on this one. Although it is not the most optimal herding, as you see. He's bringing in this hunt on the left side, but this one, I believe, was already herding it in the first age, but doesn't really get it as close to his town center as I feel he could have. On the left side, we still have Blackstar chasing down the hero of Spadel. Where is my ship? Well, there is no ship on this map. But anyway, he is not able to find the blockhouse. Maybe he's referring to your monitor that's coming later.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway,
he's
yeah?
probably expecting a rush anyway.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Russia can semi-FF, but really, if the Russian semi-FF, it's just going to give Portuguese so much time to get his setup done, and Portuguese in the 3rd age is just better than Russia if they're both going to go for a fast 3rd. So Russia will go for some kind of rush or pressure. That's just what you have to expect. But he didn't find the base, and while he still, of course, can expect a rush or pressure, it means that he has no idea from which angle it will come, like from left, from center, or maybe even from the right side because of the herds that are available there.
So basically he's aging with 500 food, which means FF for sure. I have scouted that with my hero.
Good that you point that out. We saw this hero just past the town center. Very important to know what the Portuguese is aging with, so what you can expect. And as he said, probably going to be an FF like this. Blackstar mentioned that he was going for a timing push, which means that he is shipping 700 wood first, instead of, for example, 5 Cossacks. 5 Cossacks doesn't get that much done at this point, so it's kind of...
Well, you see those vills that his herding is not so optimal as you said. Maybe I could have just killed like 2 vills.
Yeah, I believe that he would probably move them towards the hunts that he has protected, but maybe you could have, that's true. But like, let me say, like in general, 5 Cossacks would not be the best for a timing push, because you're a little bit more behind than if you would ship 700 wood, right?
Yes.
That's the idea, okay. Another interesting thing to point out here is that I'm gonna slowly let it go, but actually I'm gonna pause it. 2 things. Blackstar's gonna do the steel traps right away. It's the same thing. Everything that he does builds up towards the timing push. He doesn't need to pressure very early because there's town center fire and a possible Minuteman, which is going to completely deny everything that Blackstar can throw at the Portuguese. So setting up for a timing push will give you a better chance at winning later on. And that's why he's not shipping army, but shipping 700 wood to have more opportunities and investments available. And also, he's going to go for steel traps right away to get the economy rolling, which again builds up for this time push that will come later on. Also, Blackstar mentioned that Spadel might have put his gun for his town center like on the right side, somewhere here, because he had this bison herd available, a second mine, and this food, this prongen herd as well.
Well, I don't know, this second TC position is pretty good in his base because he can just defend with the Colo militia. This is good, but the third one should be definitely on the right side.
That was exactly the second part of what I was about to say. Blackstar suggested this could be an option. The thing is that if you make your second town center here, you have less defense at home. And at this point, 2 town centers, one on each side of the herd, really secure this herd. It means that there's no pressure possible from the Russians player.
You can see, by the way, the 112 attack. That's on TC.
Oh yeah, that he shipped.
He used the Colo militia already, yes.
I'll come to that in a second. Just to finish, that means that you have 2 town centers shooting at everything that comes into this area, which is why often you see the Portuguese going for a second town center very close to the first one. But also, as Blackstar said, the third one, if possible, of course, don't suicide into a possible army there, should go towards a next hunt, because you really need to get your resources later on if the Russian guy is going for long colonial play and tries to take the map. Next thing, as Blackstar already hinted on, you can see if you click on a town center, if you click on Blackstar's town center, you see 75 attack. So even if there's no villager in there, you already see, if you click on the town center from the Portuguese, that he has 112 attack. That means that he shipped the colonial militia card. And that means that you know that not only, of course, do the town centers do more damage when you push out, but it also means that you always have to be wary of possible Minutemen being called. And when they come in numbers. They don't come at 5, but they come like 15 or something, or 12. What is it again?
I don't know.
Anyway, a lot. Which means that you really have to take to keep an eye on that, because otherwise you might get trapped in a very crappy situation, and you don't want to have that.
Yeah, I think it's 12. It's a double, probably.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because it also costs double. So then I'm gonna go on with the game again. You see also that, actually I caught a glimpse of my eye on earlier. I believe Blackstar was, yes, he was herding. I believe the animals run back again, but he was trying to re-herd his animals, as he is also doing again now. That is very important, and for example, if you remember from the previous game, Ryzie versus Ovi, they don't always do that. High-level players, of course, will do that. It's debatable whether Blackstar is a high-level player. I will leave that to the chat. But anyway, if you want to keep your get your resources towards your town center, keep herding. It's so important to keep doing that, because you will just have so much better food income, will be less vulnerable to raids, etc. So really keep an eye on that, guys. Also, the 700 wood, as mentioned earlier, is going to be used for another blockhouse, which really gives him good line of sight here. As you see, he puts it here, which... Actually, hold on a second. If you can see on my screen, this is actually probably the best spot to put the blockhouse on. It will give him complete line of sight until the rocks here, till the plateau, and also it protects the other herd on the left side. So this is complete coverage from the left side of left part of the map. He might even throw a blockhouse later on the right side. We have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I think I did there with that will. I don't remember exactly.
Okay, but that means that just Russia is going to use his civ advantage, and that is going to be blockhouses and map control. Then I want to pause for a second, because you chose to not go for a trading post, but rather strelets.
Yeah, this is the time push that I'm going to do.
Exactly, that's what he's building up to. I know that a lot of players are thinking like, okay, I'm shipping 700 wood, I can make another blockhouse, a few houses, and then what do I do with the rest? But you always have to think ahead, because the timing push that is going to be useful here is going to be a mass of strelets and not musketeers. Musketeers are very vulnerable to town center fire, to the Minutemen as well. So what you're really looking for is strelets and perhaps a few Cossacks later, the 5 shipments or so. And that means that Blackstar is not going to waste the wood in this case on a trading post, but rather invest it in using it for strelets and of course the housing population that he needs to support the strelets. And you see also that he's going for the 13 strelet shipment, which also builds up to the timing push of around 7.5 minutes, 8 minutes. The hero, by the way, which I can't show the name of at the moment, It's it is
Yeah,
also
well.
a long time ago. You said so. This is also he has regenerated to 500 HP, and don't mistake that. It's really important. 500 HP is going to absorb a lot of damage from a town center, so it's very useful to have it. So he now has 33 strelets, and he builds a stable. Okay, that's a good thing, I guess, because
I'm probably expecting the 6 castors from the age up, so I have to make some cav.
ah yeah, that's interesting. Why are you expecting 6 castors?
Yeah, because he's slow aging, so what else can he do?
Well, it's only 7 minutes. Usually he ages at 7.5, right, or 7:20.
Yeah, 7:15 or something. Ports age fast.
Yeah, okay. So at this point you are guessing that he's aging slowly.
Yeah, well, I know he's aging slowly because I've seen his 500 food. When you do that build, it's usually slow age up. Yeah, with 6 castors.
Okay, I see. Again, it is the anticipation that we talked about.
The thing is, why I do this straight push is because I know that he can't kill me with anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't have cav to kill me, or only way he can do is just send goons and cast doors.
Yeah, it's actually good that you bring it up again. I said the Strelet push, which is a very obvious choice in this case, but it also it's just a next step in the general strategy of Blackstar, because he did scout several times and he found out that there was no stable, thus indicating a fast fortress. And because there's no stable, you can of course go for Strelets. If there was a stable up, it means you might be getting trapped by hussars, which of course means that you need earlier musketeers. In this case, Strelets is the best choice because it means that you will be able to harass a lot longer with musketeers.
So basically I saw his vills moving here and I'm trying to catch them.
Yes.
As best as possible, of course. I'm splitting my Strelets if you can see.
Yeah.
I think I kill like all of them, probably.
Yeah, he's splitting them quite nicely as well. It looks like he's gonna get the second one, and I think the third one as well. Another thing he could have done is put one Strelet in melee to slow down the villager.
I think they were pretty far from me, I couldn't just reach them.
Yeah, one Strelet could have, but maybe you were looking somewhere else. Anyway, that one villager is gonna live. That's too bad. What you see there, by the way, is also that this hero from Blackstar went down. That means that this he tanked a lot of damage, as I was talking about earlier. He absorbed like 5 shots or something.
It seems that he's aging pretty slow, I didn't notice that.
Yes.
Maybe his hunts were too far and he couldn't age at the right time. Or he just made full vills, like skip no vill at all.
I totally forgot to check. Oh, I'm going to pause it for a second. I totally forgot to check his point of view. He has 23 villages, so he has been making some villages, yes. It wasn't...
no, that's me.
Oh, wait. No. Oh, 22, similar. he has been making a few villages then.
And he's... Well, yeah, he has the wood on the floor, so it's fine. Yeah. I was going to mention he's popped, but yeah, never mind.
Yeah, because I was mainly talking about your perspective, but he did ship 700 coin, the Minuteman card of course, and now 700 wood as well, because he needs this for a setup. He needs to get the stable out, he needs to get some houses, etc. What you also see is that while he was aging up with the 6 Castadors as Blackstar expected, he did queue up his Minuteman already. He timed this out almost perfectly to get the Minuteman out the same time as the Castador pop out. Because he needs to make sure that his town center wagon survives, so he needs to make sure that in case Blackstar has like a few more units, or let's say 5 Cossacks, he wants to defend it, so he calls him Minuteman. And Blackstar of course here now backs off because he doesn't want to fight his town center fire and the Minuteman. It will be too much for now. The town center is going to be going to the right side, looks like. That's the the best spot here for now. Another thing I want to cover briefly is that the town center did 121 damage with all the villages inside, and that just kills a Strelet in one shot. And that's why it's so useful to have all these Strelets, because you get what Blackstar did was making 20 Strelets and shipping 13. That means you have 33 Strelets, so basically you need 33 shots as Portuguese to kill it. Of course 2 town centers does help, but it means that Blackstar has a lot longer to harass and thus delay his opponent while making his economy better at home. The last thing for now is that Blackstar did ship 700 coin, and that is the same thing. It builds up towards a better later phase game, because he could have shipped 5 Cossacks. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, you might have been able to trap the town center wagon. But then again, Pasi could have, Spadel could have shipped it on the other town center and then still build it safely somewhere, and Blackstar would not be able to siege it. But the thing is, if you ship 700 coin, you're gonna make a lot more units, and then you can always ship the 5 Cossacks afterwards, because you don't really need 5 Cossacks at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go heavy on Strelets and Cossacks.
Yes.
For the moment.
Okay. Do you remember, have you done the second gold upgrade? I guess not, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. So you see Pasi still making some villages here and there. Of course he needs the economy. He doesn't have a trading post, so he really needs some economy as well to get the units out. He does have one shipment available, but he's housed, so he's gonna wait for the 700 wood to be converted into houses. And there we have the town center spot as expected. So far there's no blockhouse here yet from Blackstar, but that's also quite obvious because he doesn't have the wood. He invested it in houses and of course Strelets in the stable. And now you see that he's going to make a stable, Pasi that is. It's actually a very logic choice. You don't want to build a barracks at this point as a Portuguese, because the stable gives you access to dragoons, which are just crazy. You can also make a few hussars if you need, and you don't really need skirmishers because you still have the option to ship Mamelukes, to ship 2 organs and to ship 8 castadors. So you rather invest the wood in houses. Blackstar for now knows that he has to wait a little bit before he can engage again. So he's just messing up an army. As you see here, mixing in a few musketeers, but mainly Strelet Cossacks will be his army choice. And just now, by the way, going for the placer mine upgrade.
Yeah, it wasn't needed because I was gathering only food and yeah, because I was making only Strelets.
Yes. I believe your top hunt here, I'm not really sure if you really heard it or kind of forgot or busy, but I believe it could have been a little bit closer towards your town center. Anyway, he is massing Cossacks, and he's actually building up for phase 2 of his timing push, and that's also why he's going to ship 5 Cossacks. Actually, what do you think, actually, now that you see this again, do you think 5 Cossacks would be the best choice or Boyars?
I think I need more army at this point.
The
thing is with Russia that the more army you have, the better chances you have to win, because your army is terrible versus any skirm gun composition.
Yeah, it is a good point. Russia is a civilization of masses, so the more units you have, the more you can overwhelm your opponent. However, given the fact that you have 10 Cossacks and 23 Strelets, I'm not sure actually. If you do the calculation, it might just be worth more to ship the...
Prince said that you should pull out the calculator like Interjection does.
I should pull out the calculator. Well, I'll do that afterwards because it's going to take longer. It's well, actually... okay, I'm going to do it now. It is a 225 times 1.15. That means 35 more HP for the Cossacks. That's 35 times 10, so that's 350 more HP. And the overall attack is...
by 15%, yeah.
Yeah, is 4 more actually. So that's 40 more attack, but yeah, per hit. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure it's already worth it.
Well, I don't know.
Actually...
I think I sent the next card, Boyars. I don't know. I feel like I need more units at the moment.
Yeah, it is... I think it's really close, because the thing is that even if you calculate it like this, I haven't done the calculation for the Stratus by the way, but even if you calculate it like this, there is still the thing of the swarming your opponent. The mass, the sheer mass that Russia has makes their units better in a way as well. It's not as worth as an upgrade. It's not the same as an upgrade, of course, but the fact that you can come from different sides, idle more villages and stuff is also...
Yeah, that's the huge advantage of Russia overall. You can always have more units than the opponent, even if your units are pretty bad.
Yes. So right now you see the Strats are moving forward just to pick up the Minutemen, so that the Cossacks can then come in a second later.
I think I just mismicroed a little bit here with my Cossacks. I'm not sure, but you can just see yourself.
I was about to let you say the same thing, but as Blackstar says, his Cossacks are going a little bit too far in front, up front, making it easier for the Dragoons to pick them off, while his infantry is in the back and not able to target the Dragoons, not doing any damage yet. So a little bit of a slip up, but then again he has more Cossacks in the back and he will be able to target the Dragoons effectively afterwards. By the way, I take it back, but because you wasted these 5 Cossacks, the Boyar's card was not worth it and you really need the 5 reinforcements.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Okay, so he's going forward and he doesn't really care about a few Castadors here because he wants to take out as many Dragoons as he can, and he's probably going to use the Cossacks to find some villages, I hope, while chasing and shielding the Dragoons with his infantry. Easy. Well, as long as he can idle the Portuguese, that's actually the main goal of Blackstar. His economy is fine in the back of this. He has upgrades, he has a good village account, he has map control. So all he wants to do is prevent the Portuguese from getting an easy time to going to organs or Mamelukes. Also, he didn't ship 1k coin, Portuguese that is, which means that Blackstar knows Mamelukes are not an option yet. What can be an option? 2 organ guns, but actually that's not an option as well because he's just gonna mass Cossacks, so it wouldn't be safe, Pasi. So what is really an option? 8 Castadors or what he's now shipping for Dragoons.
I'm not sure why I say TC here, but
yes,
yeah.
I was about to say that, that's why I paused.
There's no reason to siege it because I don't have enough muskets, and it's something sure that he has some shipment on the way. Yep. So I just have to camp around and try to idle everything he has, not siege anything.
Exactly, that's perfectly summarized. What he could have done perhaps is taken out a house, but even that takes quite some time. The best thing to do would be to find villages. For example, you can send 1 Cossack here or maybe a few, and if there's villages you go over there. You have a little bit of your army on the other side, just to make sure that you idle the Portuguese as much as you can, to make sure that you can still mass units in the meantime. It's very unfortunate for Pasi that he's forced to ship for Dragoons because it's such it's not really a card you want to send, but it's a card he kind of has to send at this point in the game. But he is probably kind of getting himself ready for a Minuteman and Dragoon timing with the 2 town centers. But like I said before, 2 organs is too risky, they're gonna get killed by the Cossacks right away. And Mamelukes, he has no gold, and 8 Castadors. Yeah, it's also risky because he doesn't have that many goons available at the moment.
Yeah.
He's trying to do his best as he can, as you see here, past the very nice micro. He's trying to be out of range from the infantry from Blackstar, but still on both sides trying to pick up some of the Cossacks. 4 goons arrived, and of course goons have a lot of HP, so they can even fight infantry by a little bit, while of course still keep in mind this town center is doing 135 damage and the other one as well. So there's quite a lot of output damage here. And when this army from Blackstar is getting too small, then he really has to get back. 10 strelets here, I think we forgot about it because of the micro. So Blackstar here is trying to force the villagers again inside the town center, while trying to target any Dragoons that he can. So that the Cossacks can work on the villagers and the infantry, as you see here, nicely microed, can work on the Dragoons. The next shot should kill at least the Dragoon, I believe. A lot of Dragoons are on low HP, so he really should be trying to kill them. He's kind of flanking it from 3 sides. Weird that he... Oh wait! Let me pause for a second. There was no way back. Maybe he killed to go back, but there was no way back. And you can say mistake by Pasi, well perhaps, but on the other hand it's also good by Blackstar that he forces Pasi in this corner and that he comes from 3 sides with his strelets, because now you see there's no way back, he's trapped, which means that there's a lot more damage to the Dragoons from the strelets from Blackstar.
And even the blockhouse shoots 2 times, I think.
That as well. So that means that he's gonna get another shot? No. It means that there's 3 Dragoons left, a lot of very low HP, 4 here, and now Pasi is shipping 8 Castadors. But the thing is here, Blackstar probably kind of anticipating this, is making more strats again. Is that correct, by the way, or is that a bad assumption of me?
Yeah, it's correct.
Okay, that's good. Otherwise I would look like a fool here. Anyway, he is making strelets because he knows again organ guns is not likely to be the next choice of shipment, because he has the choice to ship more, to make more Cossacks, and he still has quite an army presence here at Pasi's TC. As you see, Blackstar is always already making Cossacks again. So the reason is that why he's making Strelets is because it's just the best unit at this point. He can kill Dragoons quite easy, he can harass the villagers, he doesn't take as much damage as with Musketeers, and he's also less vulnerable to an 8th Kessler shipment as Musketeers would be.
Okay, I'll be right back, 1 minute. You can continue everything.
Okay. So he's still, of course, trying to chase the Dragoons. He has a good idea where they are, but not complete line of sight, I think, yes. He's trying to estimate where they go, because he has line of sight here. He knows they must be going the other way. And still keeping a town center idle. Not sure why he's using a town center again. By the way, this is something I want to point out again. Blackstar mentioned it himself already. Killing this town center is not going to work ever. So it is now down 1700 HP almost. If he would have killed the house, 1200 HP, it would have been much more useful for him. Or, as he also said, spending more time to just prevent some villages and try to make them idle. But I think getting a house would have been useful as well. Although Pasi is not really popped for now, but still. You also see, by the way, that everything Blackstar is doing here is idling Spadel so much, because 33 villagers are now gathered inside. A little bit of a mistake, by the way, because this one has 14, this one has 18. You don't need so many villagers. I mentioned this before in previous casting. 10 villagers at max in your town center. Of course, if you're gonna lose them to an army, you want to have them inside. But here, you can have 4 villagers gathering something, gold or food or whatever, because there's no units near. Also, by the way, I want to mention that Blackstar's choice here, I think, is quite good from the strategy point of view. The reason is the reason is simply that he chose to stay in the 2nd age because he really knows this is quite a low food map. If he can deny Spadel from gathering, he will be able to gather all over the map by himself, as you see, gathering over here, gathering there, etc. But if he, for example, chooses to age up after his initial push, he gives Spadel a lot of time to come back and to stabilize. And that's exactly the thing you don't want to have happening, because it then means you give up map control. Spadel can, for example, go for a lot of Dragoons and ship his organ guns and take out your front base. He can even ship the 1k gold and Mamelukes, and then you're really in a tough position. So the correct choice here is to keep pressure, especially because of this Sonora map.
Yeah, and here I trap his castlers
We see
while he's busy chasing the raid on the right side.
Oh yeah, I missed that one even. We see that Spadel is nicely using the range here to take some strelets down, but the thing is, Blackstar was harassing him with the raid on the other side, and now his Cossacks, his Castler are completely left alone. And the problem is, as I said before, so many villages inside this town center, 19 there and 14 here, which means they are not gathering at all. They're not even soaking up some damage. For example, some villager micro could be useful here. And also, he doesn't have the resources to do the Minuteman thing. He used the card, so of course the town centers are doing more damage, which is a good thing. But he was never really able to trap this army, and that also makes me question. Perhaps he should have cancelled 1 Dragoon, which gives you 180 resources. Okay, that's not enough, so perhaps he should have cancelled 2 Dragoons, and at some point just trap Blackstar's army with the complete Minutemen, the Dragoons that he has left, and some villagers. And just kill it off completely, or almost completely, to better stabilize from there. But as it is, he chases away these Cossacks, but then again he's trapped on the bottom side here, which is very unfortunate, because losing every Cossacks is really, really painful. You can't even imagine how painful this is for Spadel.
It's like a wasted shipment.
Yes, exactly. Losing a Strat doesn't really do much to Blackstar, but losing 8 Cassadors in a situation like this is really detrimental for Spadel. He does have a decent Dragoon base, Dragoon army, so I guess he's trying to kind of ship 2 organs next. I think that's his best choice. Did you kill that villager?
Yeah, I think I killed 1.
Okay, you killed 1. There was another raid coming in again. Meanwhile, he's gonna try to gather a little bit of the villagers, as I mentioned. All these town centers do still quite okay versus the Stratas here, taking them out one by one. But then again, why is this town center still not ungarrisoned? Really curious. He should be. I definitely feel that Spadel could have. Maybe he was a little bit not on top of his game there, but I feel that. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, some issue happened. What I was about to say is that I was a little bit surprised about Spadel. I felt that he could have improved. He could have played a little bit better with the villager micro here. Using some villagers to soak up some damage probably when it was crucial for him to, for example, save the Castadors.
You're offline, by the way.
Yeah, I'm online again. It's probably the... Oh, hold on a second.
I'm trying to refresh the page, but you're still offline.
It says I'm streaming again.
Yeah, no, it works. Okay.
Yeah, that's the standard delay. Okay, so sorry for that. Anyway, what I was about to say is that he could have probably used his villagers a little bit better to keep gathering some resources. And it might seem like a small detail that I'm pointing out here, but imagine if he would have been able to do this a few times and get his 150 coin or 300 coin rather. Cancel one dragoon and get a little bit of resources here. He would have been able to trap Blackstar with the Colonial Militia card and do the Minutemans. Not saying it would have been him the game, but it would probably change it substantially. Okay, so Blackstar is going to come in for another push. He's mixing in a few musketeers. Perhaps scared of hussars, or what's the reasoning there?
I don't know. I'm feeling like he's gonna send Mamelukes, but he has no resources. I'm sure about that.
Yeah, you did scout. He hasn't sent 1k coin, and because of all the investments that you did, he was not, of course, able to.
It's probably the fact that he sent his Castadors, and I just go muskets now because he's muskets and strelets mainly.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
more
Perhaps some siege potential. Either way, it's fine. Spadel doesn't send to Organ Guns. He's gonna send 1k coin, and he's gonna go for Mamelukes. Looks like. As a saving grace, he hopes. Meanwhile, we have another 5 musketeers sent forward here. I think it was a misclick by Blackstar. Well, you probably forgot your flag, but anyway.
Yeah.
They're doing a little bit of damage. That's okay. And you also see, by the way, that in the meantime, Spadel didn't actually do a bad job with his villagers. Blackstar is on 38, Spadel is still on 39. So he did make villagers constantly, which is a good thing. If he can hold, if he can stabilize, then it's okay. Now, of course, he also wants to be targeting the musketeers now because he wants to get his spy out rather soon. The thing is, this constant pressure from Blackstar doesn't only limit the economy of Spadel, it also gives you constant vision of what Spadel is doing. How many villagers are gathering, meaning you can better anticipate what you can expect, like how many more dragoons or hussars or whatever. It also gives him the idea that, or actually confirmation, that 1k coin wasn't shipped. And that means
but at this point I think I see the scores. You can switch to me to see what I'm making.
You're making his Cossacks and Strelets? Yeah, you're gonna switch to Musketeers.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to Musketeers because I see this dropping score and I'm expecting the Mamelukes.
Okay, but hold on a second, because I was about to say that he didn't see the 1k coin, which means that he knew that there would not be Mamelukes on the way soon because all the villages were garrisoned. However, when he came in here again, he saw that there were villagers on gold, a lot of them. And that means that at this time he can't be sure when Mamelukes might arrive. But he can be sure that they arrive probably any time between now and 2 minutes. Because of course Spadel has been gathering gold left and right. And that's what Blackstar was saying. That was what he was anticipating. Then also he was looking at the scores, you can see on the right side. Based on that he also got an extra indication that the score of Spasi just dropped by a lot. Meaning that he just invested in a big shipment, which is of course the 1k coin in Mamelukes. And that's why he's saying, okay, I'm expecting them. It's probably on the way as well based on the score drop. And that's why he's going to make a lot of musketeers from now on, I guess. Is he also going to change villagers from wood to food? Because you're going to need a lot of food to make your musketeers, but...
Yeah, I have like 20 villas on food.
Yeah, it's okay. So he's going to make up mass musketeers from now on. Here you see that he's nicely putting some villages in the other town center. Spadel is. Again though, 11 here, well that's okay. 11 here. Oh, actually this is quite well distributed. He has villagers gathering here, villagers gathering on this side. So his economy is not completely idled, and that's really the most important thing. He's also trying to target the musketeers. That's also an indication, by the way. If you see your opponent is targeting musketeers that heavily, you probably know that he has some cavalry on the way. And of course he's trying to take out the direct counter. So Blackstar needs to mass musketeers and Cossacks, as he's doing both. And now also he has the Boyar's card on the way.
Just now.
Yeah, well I think actually...
I think I sent 700 food before.
Yeah, I know, I was thinking, I think 700 food is okay. It allowed you to make a constant mass and pressure and then still making villages as well. The thing is, if you take a look at the town center, 122 damage, it still takes out the Strat even with the Boyar card. And the Cossacks will take 2 shots. It takes 2 shots anyway.
No, I think they will take 3 shots.
Oh, yes. Otherwise it's 3 shots, okay, so that wouldn't matter. Otherwise it takes 3 shots. Okay, but anyway, you ship it now, and... oh, you shipped 4 Cossacks even. Maybe I would have shipped it after 700 food before 4 Cossacks. Anyway, Mamelukes, they're out. And his score rose again.
Well, the score remains same usually when Mamelukes come. It doesn't go up or down,
really?
It's just the same. Yeah.
I thought it went up by 8 or something.
No, it just remains the same.
Okay.
It doesn't give anything. So that's the obvious thing when he sends Mamelukes.
Okay. Anyway, Blackstar's gonna go to the right side. I think that's quite a good choice because that is where Pasi at the moment is gathering a lot of food. And he just wants to deny that. Plus, it's of course one town center, and one town center is easy to take down because it's not doing that as much damage as the 2 town centers. I really feel that Spadel has to... Okay, there we go. I was saying he has to wait for Minuteman to fight this, but he probably cancelled the Dragoon and now he did the Colonial Militia card. So he's getting ready for a setup. The Goons are out of position, unfortunately. They're kind of shielded by the Strat, but the Blackstar are doing very nicely. Now trying to get the Dragoons to the left side, and the Minutemen now are targeting on the Musketeers. Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know what my Cossacks are doing behind this TC, but
yes.
yeah. Well.
So they're getting villages, but not the most effective.
Yeah, still there are lots of muskets in melee mode, and the Goons are dead.
You see that the Cossacks are targeting the Mamelukes, so are the Musketeers, and all the Strelets were actually targeting the Dragoons nicely. And the main thing is that now the Boyar's card really happened, by the way. That's also a thing. If you fight versus town centers, the Boyar card is useful, but like not as optimally useful. If you fight versus an army like this, then every shot and HP matters more. So it's much more useful to have the card at this point when he's fighting Mamelukes and Dragoons. And Minutemen, of course. I think it was not the most optimal micro for the Minutemen, but same for the Cossacks, which were kind of stuck behind the town center. Probably by the attack move, they were just fighting the villagers. Anyway, it just...
I think it was the padding of the minutes. I couldn't just move them back.
You sure? But there was still an opening on the right side.
Well,
but then again, we see that... I think you were also attacking the villagers, probably because of an attack move, but I'm not sure. We see that now he's targeting everything that he has on Mameluke, because that's of course doing the most damage, so that's a good job by Blackstar. And likewise, Spadel is targeting the Cossacks and the Musketeers first, as best as he can. And you see that this crazy Minuteman army is still kind of alive. But he has no more food, which means that there's not many more Dragoons from now on. But he did clean up Blackstar's army quite okay. And that shows the strength of Portuguese with Minuteman card combined with Mamelukes. Mamelukes tank so much damage and Minutemen deal quite a lot of damage that you really are able to clean up a lot of units. A big mess from Russia, because of course it's weaker units as well. He of course wants to push out as much as he can with the Minutemen before they are low in HP, but I think that he reached the point that he should go back, because any Minuteman now is going to be picked off easy by blockhouses or strelets. And from now on he's probably going to mass Dragoons and ship his 2 organ guns and try to stabilize from that. Which means that of course Blackstar has to know that that's coming, he probably expects that. Which means that you are probably going to make more Cossacks, I think. Oh, strelets as well.
I think I'm gonna age soon. It's time to age.
Yeah, the thing is, Pasi, Spadel, has no more Mamelukes, so he can't really raid much. He can only slow push with organ guns, and that gives Blackstar also time to age up. He also has a 50 village economy, so aging up is not a bad choice, I think, yes. He's going for a Cossack raid on the right side while building a blockhouse, buying himself some time. Is the blockhouse in line of sight? Barely not, okay. Oh wait, he's gonna ship the Hatamotos.
The Ronins.
The Ronins, yes. While making dragoons, okay, but he's housed.
I think he should do some harass, to be honest, if he
yes.
does the Ronins.
That's a very good point. The general idea is as follows. If he does Ronin, the infantry from Blackstar can just run and shoot and run and shoot and run and kite like that. But if Spadel also makes hussars, he can really trap the infantry from Blackstar, which means that they can't run away, and then the Hatamoto will do a lot of damage. And if Blackstar is going to use his Cossacks to block the hussars from Spadel, then of course they get... what do they get then?
Sorry, what?
No,
if
I was saying...
they get annihilated.
Exactly. They get annihilated by the Hatamotos from Spadel. You got me there. So, he's trying to take out the blockhouse, but this is actually not the best thing for Spadel, I feel. Fighting here means that you're out in the open. It means that you're vulnerable to a push from Blackstar. And Blackstar doesn't really care about the Stralas anymore. If he can trade them for the Minutemen, it's a good thing for him. If he can trade them for Dragoons, even better. And if this army from Spadel is dead, which you're going to see in a minute probably, then the Hatamotos are useless alone, because there's no firepower in the back of the Hatamotos to do damage. So he's gonna get rid of this army. Oh, now he's making hussars now. I think he listened to what we said, and he decided it's time to make hussars. Meanwhile, we have to also keep in mind that the food is running out on the map as well on Blackstar's side, which also means that it will be harder for him to keep messing, which also means that aging up for cannons is also not a bad choice. And he's aging up, as he just mentioned already.
I'm not sure where he sent his Ronins.
Oh, there, at the town center.
Yeah, I think he could have tried to trap those Strelades somehow.
Yeah, I feel that he wants to wait for the hussars, and I think actually that's the best thing, because you are probably going to get too good a trade versus the Hatamotos with the Strelades. I think it's not even worth to kill all these Strelades for one Hatamoto here, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for him to wait. So Blackstar is going into the composition of Strelades and Dragoons, which is actually quite good. He's also expecting, actually it's the same anticipation game that goes on forever. From the minute the game starts till the whole game, he is expecting now Pasi to make hussars, because he makes so many Strelades. So because he's expecting hussars, he's also going to make Dragoons. Quite obvious actually, to just cover the Strelades.
I think you will see what I'm gonna send instead of the cannons.
Are you going to cancel the cannons?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cancel them.
Okay, why would you cancel the cannons then?
Well, I have 800 coin, and I think Manchus are just a better option.
Okay, well, of course Manchu will allow you to have more mobility, so you can run around the map more. Okay, let's see. There we have 5 hussars, some Dragoons, and the Hatamotos he's going to push out.
Or, yeah, wait, I will send Manchus because I see the Huss.
Oh wait, that's of course in line of sight. But then again, you have also Dragoons on the way. But not enough probably.
Well, not enough. Only 2 or 1. I think I'm going to miss my batch.
Okay. Yeah, this is just typical micro, targeting the blockhouse on the hussar, and also using your Spadel to target the hussar. Okay, this is very nice. He is trying to target the Ronin, as you see, and immediately, hold on a second, immediately Spadel put that Ronin in cover mode, so he was able to soar up a lot of damage. And that means also that, of course, it lives a lot longer. And the other Ronin, which was not in cover mode, died immediately versus all these Strelades. And that's the problem of this here. Even if Blackstar loses these 35 Strelades, it's not a problem. All Blackstar has to do is get rid of the Hatamotos, trade everything away, and he's completely fine. That's why you need a lot more cavalry to make these Hatamotos efficient. Without enough support, they just die versus ranged infantry, and that means that they lose their purpose. He gets something done at least, because the Hussars, of course, while the Hatamotos are tanking a lot, the Hussars are doing decent damage. But like I said, in Blackstar's, if I would be in Blackstar's shoes, I wouldn't be. I don't care about this, because I would trade every single strata to deal with the Hatamotos, because then you can just make new stratas and dragoons, and you're completely fine, especially with the 9-man shoes on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Even muskets in melee mode there.
I see.
Well, not in melee mode, but still the cav is just getting targeted by the blockhouses.
So Spadel is able to clean it up, but their Manchus come and he has to run away again. One last thing I want to say.
Yeah, I managed to make that blockhouse there.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, yes. So he has line of sight, and also, of course, he's shooting at anything that comes there. Versus a village is not the most useful thing, but he can fight this, and then, of course, he can shoot against army units from Spadel. What I want to say is Blackstar 55 villages, Spadel 51, so it's quite even. The problem is that Spadel has no map. He has a few berries available, but he has no real hunt close. He has this herd, but I think he didn't scout it. Yes, he didn't. Blackstar did find that herd, yes, so he still can herd later on. But there's just no map control for Spadel, so no resources. So he's the first one who has to go into mills. I think, yes, Blackstar still has berries available. So the Manchus are going to take out the Hussars here and do a little bit of a raid. And Blackstar decides to ship 6 Cossacks. Why 6 Cossacks?
I don't know. I think I should have sent... oh wait, I'm sending something else.
You cancel it, indeed. I think that food card, 1k wood, actually any card would probably be better than 6 Cossacks.
Basically at this point, only thing I have left on the map is coin and like one more herd. So I'm just gonna invest in making mercenaries.
Yes, I see he's making.
You have to always pay attention at what you can do, and when you're running out of food and you have much coin, you have to make a saloon and do other units.
Yeah, it's another good thing that you point out. A lot of people forget about this. At some point you're like, oh shit, I'm running out of food, I can go into mills and stuff. Well, sometimes you really do need your food to make the proper unit. For example, if there would be a lot of castadors, it's no use to make Manchus here because they get countered. But oftentimes it's not worth to invest a lot in mills, but rather invest something in a saloon. Just get the gold that you are left with on the map, and get your mercenaries out there, and you will be surprised of how good comebacks that will lead to. The first mill goes up by Blackstar there, and also Pasi is now making a few mills. I think you didn't scout. You missed his herd on the top here, but...
Yeah, but I think my bill's gonna go there from that coin. I don't know.
Yes. So, Blackstar going for the Manchu and Strat composition, and that is really, really tough to deal with. Of course, Spadel still has left 2 organ guns. But he shipped 1,000 food.
He doesn't have 2 organ guns in his deck.
Oh, wait a second. What is this, man? Really? That's crazy. Why doesn't he?
I don't know. Maybe instead of 4 goons, he needs 2 organ guns.
I feel that that's a huge mistake, but it loses your option to pressure versus a lot of strats, because basically, without cannons, the Russian guy is going to make cost-effective strats for all day long. And Manchus, of course, here. So basically, Blackstar goes for the strat goon composition, and goons are here the Manchus. And oh, Spadel did the church thing, and he has the church card, so he can still go for the Besteros thing. And he's also laying down 2 barracks, so I think he's going for food and wood, which he still has access to. So he's probably trying to go for Besteros, the upgrade, and then train them from the Rexes. Walling himself in completely. But at this point, Blackstar's economy is good. It's the same as Pasi's. But he has
economy is better, I think, because all the idle time that he...
Yeah, that also. And your
It's probably at that point where I'm like almost 200 pop army and yeah, just go industrial.
Yes. Well, you take out the town center there, I think that's a good thing. Those are 2 villagers. Looks like you're just gonna pressure anyway. And Pasi at the moment is...
He has a lot of wood, so yeah, he's gonna make crossbows and send that card.
But even then, this is kind of a desperate move, a desperation move, because yes, it can work in some ways versus maybe French, who's out of gold and has no more skirmishers, or versus British. But versus the cost efficiency of Strelets, it's just, I feel it's not going to cut it. You can push him back one time perhaps, but you're not going to cut it in the long run. Anyway, he also is out of gold, so he has no more hussars. Blackstar pulls back, maybe he's sensing something.
Yeah, just go industrial, upgrade everything and right click.
Right click the TC.
Yes.
Yeah, well, exactly, you also saw the church, so that kind of indicates that Besteros are there already or on the way. So why risk it if you can indeed go industrial and upgrade your stuff? And
I even send a Strelate card, which increases the attack. Or wait, I cancelled it.
You cancelled it, yes. Why?
Yeah, and probably want to send factories.
At this point I think you don't need factories, but... Well, yeah. Well, actually it's just 1 at this point. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Spader's gonna push out, kills the hero, great victory for him there. But then he's gonna retreat. And, we have another meal coming up, but yeah. Where are these? Oh, there. They look so. They do have 24 attack, but it's double the attack of a Strelet. But then again, look what happens here. Oh, they do have 2 more range. Oh,
yeah, they are
with 2 cannons. That nice move. So now he's completely gonna seal the deal with the 2 cannons. Even going for a trade post line, upgrading it, and yeah, well, from this point on, I'm gonna fast play it because.
Yeah, those best heroes are actually good.
Yeah, but you can't push with it. You can only delay.
Yeah, but you will see that he's gonna kill all my army somehow.
Okay.
Well, not all my army, but
For some reason he's going to go in with his crossbows, but he forgets his dragoon. Imagine if he would have made a gate on the right side and used his stuff to kill your cannon. Yeah, the Besteros actually do a decent job. I'm sure if Tibia is watching, he would love to see this play out. He's a big fan of Besteros. The Hussars are getting in, and he's doing quite a good job microing the Besteros on your dragoons, by the way.
Well, I don't know, at this point I'm just sure about to win, so... Well, I'm also moving back my man just so it's fine. Not suiciding anything.
Here you see, by the way, veteran Strelets is still doing quite okay. By the way, keep in mind you have only 1 upgrade for the Strelets, so...
Yes.
I mean, and they still do fine, it seems.
I'm doing the 2 times infantry from Arsenal as well.
For what?
The Arsenal upgrade for Strelates.
Yeah, but why? There's no expertise.
It's for infantry.
No, it counters infantry. It's counter infantry rifling. It only works if you fight heavy infantry like halberdiers and pikemen and musketeers.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
It doesn't help. Look at this. It gets. So I'll pause the game for a second just to get the end on there. Okay, so we should be back now. As Blackstar was saying, he kind of was confident he won the game. He did an extra upgrade, which he figured it doesn't really matter. You see that the times 2 changed to times 3, so that's why you get the upgrade versus heavy infantry. But here it's just game over, and in the end Blackstar takes it home.
Oh, there's gonna be a nice part where my cannon's gonna just instantly annihilate his army.
Actually, he messes quite a lot of crossbowmen still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just managed to push me back.
Well, Spadel is at 84 villagers. He's gonna mix in pikemen. Interesting.
He just makes 200 pop expos.
Are you gonna make cannons from your factory or so?
No, switch back to me.
Ah, horse guns. Ah, okay, that's gonna go. That's gonna be a nice fireworks for the end. So, guys, kids, everyone under 16, close your eyes. Yeah, crazy. I really love horse guns. I think it's one of the nicest units in the game.
You always do only horse guns when you're age 4.
Horse guns OP, man.
Try to lame horse guns.
Look at this, +8, +8, +8. I can't even keep up with the +8s. Well, although they still kill the cannon.
Yeah, they have very low HP, and they don't have that much resist versus infantry.
Yeah, so okay, so there we go. Blackstar takes the game. So in the end, it turned out to be a 33-minute game. Wow. So quick summary from your side, Blackstar. Concluding thoughts.
Well, let's say it was a good game overall. I'm not sure if it's Port favored or Russia favored. I'd say that it's more Russia favored, especially on this map. And yeah, as you can see, my eco is just much better than his from the beginning as well, because I kept the constant pressure. But I think overall Russia just beats Port in 1v1.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with what you said. Just to emphasize a few things.
85, well.
But it should be able to handle that. It's a laptop and stuff. This should not be a problem. I did this before, man, many times.
Well, other streams are working for me. I don't know, on Twitch.
It's live now, right?
Let's see. Yeah, no, it's working. Yeah, it's live. Well.
Okay, so it's live again. Hello, guys. I'm gonna quickly finish the summarizing thought. So I guess I have to start this again. So. Concluding thoughts. Just to summarize one last time, I hope it's going to work out this time. As Blackstar said as well, main thing, his strategy is not to go for a silly rush in the start with a few units, but rather for a timing push with a lot of units, which enables him to delay the Portuguese for a longer time period. Prevent gathering, delay his age up, and perhaps kill a villager here and there. A small mistake is that he sees the town center. He could have probably got a house or maybe just harass a little bit more here and there. But the main thing is that you park under his town center and post there for a longer time. Then he was doing very well
with my constant pressure?
Yes, so you had to reply to Ronin there. With his constant pressure, but also with his anticipating. For example, he went mainly Strelets, then mixed in a few more Cossacks into Musketeers in the middle of the game, but then back into Cossacks, expecting, for example, the Mamelukes and earlier the 8 Kessler shipments. Also very nice, he knew the town center was on the right side, so he kept some raiding going on there, which only purpose is not just always to kill the villager, but mostly to prevent economy, and also to try to lure some goons away from Spadel, as he succeeded, and then coming with a few Cossacks on the other side to catch the shipment from Spadel, which were 8 Cassadors, kind of wasted. A little bit of a mistake by Spadel, I feel, to not have 2 organ guns in his deck. Also a little bit surprised about the fact that Spadel had a lot of villagers in his town center for a long time, and by that I mean you need only 10 villagers in your town center for the maximum amount of damage. Any more villagers is only hiding, not really useful. So if you have any more villagers, you are better off, for example, moving it to the lefts and rights of your base to gather resources when you can. If he would have been able to, for example, cancel 1 Dragoon and gather a little bit of resources, he might have been able to trap Blackstar's army with Minutemen and the units that he had, and the game would have looked very different because he would have been able to stabilize a little bit more. That said, in the end, I think Blackstar strategy is good. Also, the map favors him a little bit because the food is very low, so it's hard for Spadel to get his resources together to age up and to get everything out. But I think it's a good game from both of them, and that actually shows as well because it's a 33-minute game, so it wasn't an easy win. So good job there, and this then concludes the analyzing here by Blackstar and me. So thank you Blackstar for doing again the commentary.
Yeah, sure. I hope it's gonna be a good video.
Yes,
I hope you can fix it.
I will try to merge all the parts, so no worries there.
I think people in the chat haven't seen the end because the stream was off for the past 10 minutes. Like, it was off for 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I hope the videos are online and I can merge them all together. Sorry for any inconvenience. But anyway, like Blackstar said, I hope this helped you a lot. I know from the previous video that we did that you guys appreciated all the insights from me, but mostly actually from Blackstar himself, because he played this game and he can, as he did now, provide you with some more thoughts about why he did what he did in specific situations. So thank you, and I'm sure that there will be more videos if Blackstar is going to come up with a few good recorded games. Okay, that's going to cut it for now. Maybe we're going to play some games in ESO, or?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah,